Smoke filled the streets Wednesday night near the site of the latest shooting in Minneapolis, as federal officers fired tear gas into a small crowd. Protesters responded by throwing rocks and shooting fireworks. A federal immigration officer had shot and wounded a Minneapolis man who had attacked him with a shovel and broom handle.
I urge anyone that is at the scene to leave immediately.
In response, President Donald Trump has now threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act and deploy troops to quell the unrest. The latest shooting has intensified the sense of fear and anger radiating across the city, a week after an immigration agent fatally shot mother of three, Renee Good, in the head. Around the same time as the Wednesday shooting, the Minnesota governor addressed residents and President Trump live.
Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal government. So tonight, let me say once again to Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, end this occupation. You've done enough.
Trump has repeatedly threatened to invoke the rarely used federal law to deploy the U.S. military or federalize the National Guard for domestic law enforcement over the objections of state governors. In a statement describing the events that led to Wednesday's shooting, Homeland Security said the agent feared for his life after he was, quote, ambushed by 3 people.
At the end of the day, first of all, I don't think you should be trying to hit officers with shovels. I think at the end of the day, just let them do their job. Get out the way. Yes, you can protest. Yes, I'm fine with protesting, but just do it out the way. Don't get in their face so you won't get hurt. At the end of the day, if you standing in their way, if they look like they're fearing for their life, they're going to retaliate. So stay out the way. I haven't heard anybody who's just been staying out the way who's gotten attacked by ICE officers. But let me know. Let me know your thoughts. And let me know if you disagree with anything I said. Let's go over into this next video. Oh, wrong thing.
He's got that little dick energy over there. Just let him keep talking. Don't say it. Little dick energy. Little dick energy. Plus we're here. They're not out there.
Now we're going to fast forward a little bit until we start getting into some of the action.
They're gassing us. Oh shit, they got the pop a few rounds. No, man, go home and jerk off to that later. No, they're not cleaner out there. They're only in our building. Stop diving me up. Hey, doing
Let's back that up, son. Let's see.
We have a constitutional right to assemble. What are you doing? Patriots, hold the line! Patriot, I'm a combat veteran. You never did nothing for this country. Trust the plan.
It's a crazy scene. We got the gist of this, but this is what is happening in Minneapolis right now. This is what is happening just all around. Everybody's protesting. So let's get over into this. What exactly is the Insurrection Act? So the Insurrection Act of 1807 is a United States federal law that empowers the president to deploy the U.S. military, active duty, and federalized National Guard within the country to supervise civil disorder, insurrection, or rebellion. And then on January 15th, so today, President Trump threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act to cool the ongoing protests in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The trigger, the significance, where is that? So the significant unrest followed two shootings involving federal agents. The fatal shooting of 37-year-old Miss Good, and then wounding another man during a traffic stop. So Trump warned he would institute the Insurrection Act if state officials did not stop the alligators from attacking federal agents. State Governor Tim Walz has urged peaceful protests while calling for the federal government to end what he described as a campaign of retribution. The key provisions and the power, so this key stuff. So with the state's request, a governor or a legislator can request federal help to control unrest. Unilateral action, so the president may act without states' consent if the federal laws are being obstructed or if the state fails to protect the citizens' constitutional rights. The law is vague in terms of insurrection or rebellion without defining them, giving the president a wide latitude. Before using force, the president must issue a proclamation to disperse, ordering insurgents to retire peacefully within a specific time frame. So he has to do that before he can actually do it. So the history of times has been used: 1992, the Los Angeles riots, 1950s to the 60s, the Civil War, and then 1807. Thomas Jefferson signed the original act into law. So it hasn't been used often at all, but he is threatening to use it. Now, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? Do you think it is civil unrest? Do you think people are just out there fighting? All the majority of people are out there fighting against ICE agents, or are they just doing their own for peaceful protesting? We just got some few bad actors. Let me know your thoughts on that whole situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a crazy situation. First thing first, we need to make sure I think everybody is fine with peaceful protesting. But once you start impeding the ICE officers, and once you start getting yourself in the way and possibly getting hurt, and putting yourself in a line of danger, especially when you threaten a police officer, it goes from protest to criminal charges. At the end of the day, please just stay out the way. You can stay protesting, but just stay out the way. Stay out the way. Don't jump in their face. Don't drive towards them with the car, and don't run at them with shovels. Be smart so you won't get put on the ground. It's a crazy situation no matter how you look at it, but let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. Crazy situation, y'all. It's a crazy situation.